Hello, nice to have you here. This is Mika from Fingo, and this video is about orientation to digital data gathering. So, let's look at the following photo. This is quite a typical scene. There is a person doing a household survey using a tablet and interviewing persons. Before coming to this place with the tablet and the survey, what has happened in the background and how does this digital data gathering using mobiles actually work? That is the topic of the next slide. I'll explain. So, first of all, quite often still, surveys are done using paper and pen. So manual, doing the survey, maybe using Word, printing on a pile of paper, distributing them to the surveyors who are then going from house to another and doing the surveys and filing the papers, filling in them. Now, if we switch to digital data gathering, that means most often that instead of those pen and paper method, you are switching to mobile application. And in this case, I'm going to use Kobo Toolbox, an open source and free application as an example. There are many of tools and we'll be talking and reviewing more of them in the later videos, but now let's take Kobo as an example. Having the Kobo Toolbox application in your mobile phone doesn't do the trick yet, because you also need access and username and account to Kobo Toolbox website, which is running in the internet as a cloud service. It's the same as Gmail and Facebook and many other services. So you using your browser, you log in to your account and then you can do all sorts of stuff. And here, using a computer and the Kobo Toolbox service, you are able to create a survey just if you did it on paper. So the questions are created, and once the survey template is done, then you can send it to those surveyors. There might be one of them, 2 dozen or even hundreds of them. You can send the survey template to those mobile phones, and then the people can go from household to another if they are doing household surveys. They might be going to school to another, or water point, or whatever it is you are collecting. So that's that one. And then when they are collecting the data, those filled in surveys are stored in the mobile phone. So it doesn't matter if there is no internet connection during the collection time. They will be saved in the mobile phone, and once you can access internet, the phone gets connection, then all of this data that has been gathered will be sent back to the cloud, and then those who have access to that account can review and see all the data, maybe hundreds or thousands of records, and see what has been gathered. Then if you want to do some more advanced analysis and calculations, you could download the data to your computer and then use, for example, Excel to do some more calculations, and then also create nice visual graphs that you could then share with your colleagues, maybe using email as an example. If the tool is able to connect to other cloud services, well, Kobo Toolbox is not, but if you had some other tool, then you could connect the data gathering tool directly, for example, to Power BI or many other data analytics and visualization services, and then create those dynamic and interactive graphs using that one. So the idea is that when the data is flowing from the field, it goes to the data collection software or service and then flows automatically to, for example, Power BI, and then the results are updated in real time, which is nice. Then you can share the link to your colleagues or the community or whoever. So that's a little bit advanced here. No need to go there. You can keep to the basics and utilize, for example, just Excel. Okay, let's pause here. I'm just checking if you're getting tired. Are you sleeping there? No, okay, I think you're good. Great. I'm going to go down back to the bottom right corner. See you there. So, what are the different data gathering methods? One that we were already talking about, and you even saw the photo there, is mobile field data gathering, and that is particularly useful when you need to visit multiple places and interview, for example, just a small group of people or individuals. Let's say you would go from one household to another, or maybe visit a school and interview some of the teachers there. But what happens if you have large groups? Let's say you would go to a classroom with 30 pupils there at the same time and would like to gather data, their responses and feedback. So if you had mobile phone in your hand, you would actually need to interview them one by one after another, 30 times. And that would take quite a lot of time. I think you would be exhausted and the pupils would be waiting a long time. So at that point, you might switch to a group field data gathering, for example, using these kind of clickers. So I'll show you an example. Here's an example where there are lots of pupils here in the classroom, but the questions are projected. There's a projector, you don't see it now, but it is there, showing the question and different alternatives. And now these pupils, every one of them has this small clicker with different buttons, and then they just choose the alternative that they want to respond and use this clicker to click the right answer. And when all of them do it at the same time, they can respond and still keep anonymity at the same time. So that's quite useful once you have a lot of people in the same place. Okay, let's go back here. Then third alternative, it's not all here, but I'll show you three. Then you could administer a mobile survey using SMS. So maybe you have dozens or hundreds or even thousands of people. You have their mobile phone number and they are willing to respond. And you could send questions via SMS, and then they could respond via SMS, and then using the right kind of software, you would get results. So not visiting them face to face. That's a third option. Okay, this is an announcement. There is one more slide to go before the end of the video. Thank you. Where did that come from? Okay, well, let's continue. So this is about 3 different levels of how to approach digital data gathering in your organization. And the first level is something like what's the quickest and most affordable way to get started. And this is also pretty good for small organizations as a general approach. So maybe you'll take the the free and open source Kobo Toolbox as a starting point, and then collect the data, use, for example, Excel to analyze the results and publish them via that, or use, for example, Google Sheets and the Google Suite. No cost, and there are quite a lot of features there as well. And then if you want to go a little bit wider, you could add the group field data collection part here, as was discussed earlier. And so you could still stick to the Kobo Toolbox, or then switch to some of the proprietary mobile data gathering tools with a bit more advanced options, and also link to other cloud services. Instead of Excels, you might take one of the analytics and visualization software separately to produce reports and dynamic dashboards. And then thirdly, if you go even wider, then add, in addition to the open source option, also proprietary software as in the level 2 as well, and then go to more advanced analytics tool, and go for kind of an enterprise level subscription models, where you might have hundreds or even thousands of users in multiple countries at the same time. That's also a way to go, and then you can have a one view to all these projects under one global license, if you like to do that. None of this is better than the other. It's completely about what suits your needs and the size of your organizations and the ability to invest the digital data collection. Also, whatever you choose to start with, you can always expand, you can always go further and build block by block further. But hopefully this level 1, 2 and 3, which I completely made up by myself, helps you to see which category would you approximately want to start with at least. Great. And I'll stop here. The next video I'm going to do is about how to select your mobile data gathering tool, because as said, there are a lot of them out there, and how to compare them, what kind of features do they have or don't have, and what should you know before selecting it. So I'll start doing that one. But before that, thanks for watching, and see you again. Cheers!